Welcome to AIDIA Talk Show. Asian Institute of Diplomacy and International Affairs presents you the AIDIA Talk Show. In this edition of AIDIA Talk Show, we have the Ambassador of Republic of Uganda to Nepal. She is non-resident ambassador to Nepal. Uganda and Nepal share a lot of commonalities. Uganda and Nepal are both in the landlocked country category. They both are growing economies. They almost has the similar size of population, and their per capita income is also of similar size. The non-resident ambassador of Uganda, Republic of Uganda to Nepal, Madam Joyce Kakuramatsi Kikafunda, Her Excellency Kikafunda, we are going to talk with her. She has been a professor for a long time. Then she switched to diplomacy. We are going to talk. We welcome Her Excellency Madam Kikafunda. Welcome to Nepal. How do you feel in Kathmandu?
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Kuber. Thank you. I feel really at home in Kathmandu.
You have been in a long time in your life. You have been in academia.
Yes.
You taught for a long time, but you then switched to the diplomacy.
Yes.
How is this switch?
Okay. Thank you very much for that very question. Many people think about it, but they don't get a chance to ask me. Yes, I was in academia for 23 years at Makerere University, our top university in Uganda and in Africa. Then, when I was comfortable, the president says, "You have taught enough, go and represent me as a diplomat." So it was a decision that was a bit uncomfortable with me, because I said, how will I manage diplomacy? But I find that actually academia is a good foundation for diplomacy. Most of the things, policy making, strategic thinking, people-to-people connect is almost the same. So my years at the academia have really provided a good launch pad for my diplomacy.
Nepal and Uganda has a bilateral relations in 2017.
Yes.
June 12, if I remember correctly.
Yes, yes.
Since then, it's almost 1 decade. It's 9 years plus. So in these almost 10 years, we have seen a very good movement of goods and services, trade especially.
Yes,
it's
yes.
Uganda, I think, exported around $800K US worth goods to Nepal.
Yes.
It's very encouraging. And after you assume the ambassadorship of Nepal, I think the trade will grow more. So are there any plans that you are bringing Ugandan businessmen to Nepal, or you are bringing Nepali businessmen to Uganda to strengthen this bilateral trade relations?
Okay. Thank you very much for that very important question, because I believe countries of the level of Nepal and Uganda, the only way to grow, to transform ourselves, is through trade and investment and partnerships. So, as you say, there has been a movement of goods and services across the two countries, but we wanted to go more, to be higher. And now that I have been accredited, my aim is to make it even higher, because I'm still not comfortable with where it is. I see we have a lot in common. I believe we can do more. And in that regard, that is why we have identified an honorary counsel in the name of Mr. Binaya Upadhyaya to be our honorary counsel of Uganda to Nepal. And his top job would be to get us investors from Nepal to Uganda and vice versa, trade, promote trade, business to business connect, business to government connect. So we are really optimistic. And now that I have presented, the next trip will be here to formalize his appointment, and then we shall kick off.
Is there any plan of high-level bilateral meetings or visit from Nepal to Uganda, or Uganda to Nepal?
Not in the pipeline yet, not in the pipeline, but that is our plan now that we have, although it's, you say 10 years ago, yes, we formalized, but then COVID came and things got slow, so we are picking them up. And now that we are a bit late, we are hitting the ground running. So they are not there yet in the pipeline, but that is our plan. Once we have our honorary council, because to organize like a trade mission from here, you need somebody who understands the people to organize them. So then it will happen. But it will first start with a business forum. Tonight, we are going to have like a 30 people business roundtable, but then that's just the beginning. Then later, we shall have a real business conference or forum, call it what you want, and then from there we shall have a delegation to Uganda and a delegation from Uganda.
Compare when we are talking about trade, like Uganda's exports to Nepal is 800k USD,
Yes.
but Nepal's export to Uganda is very less.
Yes.
So what do you think can Nepal export to Uganda so that we can take the advantage of Ugandan market?
Okay. I think there is a lot, especially in the area of pharmaceuticals.
Okay.
You are very good on that, and we need them. And also in the areas of garments, textiles, in that area. I think you are also very good at that. The IT, you have that. And another thing where really we need your cooperation and your partnership is agricultural equipment. Yes, because the contribution of agriculture to the GDP, both of Uganda and Nepal, is almost the same.
Yes.
We have a lot of potential in that area. It is actually our backbone, but it's not developed. It's not mechanized. It's still, rudimentary. We use rudimentary tools, and we would be very happy with Nepal giving us, appropriate technology that we can use in our agriculture transformation.
When you talked about this contribution of agriculture to the GDP and
Yes.
Even GDP, we seem to have equal, almost similar size.
Yes.
And we both are the landlocked countries,
Yes,
Nepal
yes.
and Uganda. So what do you think are the problems or the challenges of the landlocked country while doing trade?
Yes, indeed. Although we are thousands of kilometers apart, we share a lot. We are both small countries, landlocked countries, as you correctly say. Our GDP is just right over 1,000. So we share a lot of that, which is probably not so good. But of recent, like in 10, 20 years, we've tried to say where we are landlocked. We can't change that. But what can we do about it? So we turned it around and say we are land-linked. Because all those 7, 8, 10 countries around us,
Yes.
they depend on us for trade. When you invest in Uganda, you don't only count the 45 million people as your market. You go in the region around the East African, then you go to African region. So that one, I think, for Nepal may be a bit difficult because you are wedged in between two huge countries.
Economies.
Yes, ours is more smaller countries, but at the same time, I think we can really learn from each other because the Nepali, those who are strong, they can come to Uganda. We have a very conducive, business environment. We give people land if they want.
For free.
Not many people, not many countries give investors land, free land, depending on what you are going to do. We don't have a control on the money. You bring in your money, you pay the taxes, you pay your workers, you take out your money. Nobody's going. Not many countries do that. So we feel we encourage investors. We really handhold them because we value them. We know without them we will not develop.
Nepal and Uganda being in the LDC same group, being almost equal size, almost equal population.
Yes.
Do we share international platform in many other occasions?
Yes, we do. In fact, we share many. We were both, of course, members of the UN. we are. And then we also are members of non-aligned movement and members of G77 and members of South-South Cooperation. So we really share that. And for your information, Mr. Kuber, Uganda hosted the non-aligned movement, NAM, and the G77 summits last year in January, back to back.
Back to back?
Back to back.
Okay.
One finished, another started. It had never been done by any other country, and people were wondering how we were going to pull it off. And it was beautiful. And Nepal supported us so much by sending high-powered delegation. The NAM, they sent the Prime Minister, the then Prime Minister.
Yes.
And for the G77, they sent the Foreign Secretary.
Yes.
So we really value that, because some countries sent more junior people, but that one high level. So we value that, and we pledge to support each other during those and many other international fora where we are. We may have a candidate where we would ask your support, and vice versa.
What are the areas that we, Nepal and Uganda, can work together in the international forum, global issues?
Yes, there is this, is where you are very good, peacekeeping. Okay. I think you are almost on top of everybody. And we are also in it, not as much as you, but we are in Somalia and maybe the region, DRC. We would want to really get your expertise on that, on how to do best practices, capacity building. We really feel we would benefit from that at the international level, where Nepal excels. Yes.
Apart from peacekeeping, is there any plan or program that we can, both countries can work together in economy?
Yes,
economic agenda?
Yes, the economic, that one, as I said, that we have to start that one bilateral at country to country. The economic is very, very important, because I believe it is by going through that channel that the small countries can develop, so that we don't have to beg the bigger countries. So that one, in fact, as I told you, we have started on it. That's why we're having an honorary council. But at a higher level, global, climate change. Climate change is an issue that affects all of us, although sometimes we try to look the other way, but it is real. So, in fact, we were informed that in Nepal we are organizing a big dialogue in May.
Sagarmatha dialogue.
Okay, yes. On that, and we have pledged to participate. At least I can pledge my embassy to participate. I will inform the people in Kampala if they are able. That's one, I can't control them. But really, the global issues, climate change would be on top of the. We are also trying to harness solar and use solar instead of, the diesels, the fuels, like those ones. But we are still going slowly and carefully, but working together, I think we will support each other.
Thank you, Your Excellency, Madam.
Yes.
When you talk about working together and going together, it's a new world now.
Yes.
After Soviet, this collapsed.
Yes.
We have been together with in NAM and many other.
Yes.
I think in your ambassadorship with Nepal, this will go more further. And I just want to ask you a last question.
Yes.
Do you plan to write another book after you retire, or during your tenure also? Are you writing?
Okay. Like 10 years ago, I felt I had a story to tell. I wanted to write, but somehow I didn't do it. I didn't start. But like 5 years ago, when I was in Australia, I must inform the audience that I was the ambassador of Uganda to United Kingdom, and then after that I was in ambassador of Uganda in Australia, and from Australia to India. and
to
Nepal.
Nepal.
And Nepal.
Yeah, yes.
Yesterday.
So there's so
to
many
Nepal.
memories to write again.
Yes. So I never managed to do it, but 5 years ago I said I must start.
Okay.
I'm a professor, so
Yeah.
why don't I write? Writing is different, is difficult, it's not easy, even for a professor. So for the last 5 years, I was writing, and last year, I managed to say, yes, I've finished, this is the book. That one is more of my story from childhood, from birth, all the challenges I went through them.
Yes.
In fact, its title is Triumph Over Adversity.
Adversity,
You want
yes.
to
This
show
is
them?
the book, yeah.
Yes, yeah,
This
you
is
can,
the book, yeah.
Yes, you can show
Yes.
them the book.
Now, is there any book in the pipeline after this?
Then the part of diplomacy, which is at the end, I didn't go into it.
Okay.
I was just a little. So I think if I get another urge to write a book, it will concentrate now more on the diplomacy. So that one is possible, but there are no promises. Yes.
I hope that we'll get to read your another book on diplomacy, because this book is very nice. I went through this book. This is a very nice book from you.
Yes.
I love this book. While I went through this book, your adversity, your challenges, how you faced that.
Yes.
Thank you for talking to us, talking to IDEA Talk Show.
Thank you.
I think in your tenureship as an ambassador, Nepal and Uganda will grow more trade and economic relations.
Yes.
And you are also going to graduate from LDC. Nepal is going to graduate from LDC next year.
Yes.
So we'll be again in the next grouping together, and we'll join hands and work together for the better future. Thank you, Madam Ambassador.
Before we conclude, allow me to thank your Nepal, the Right Honorable President, who received my credentials yesterday, a very kind man. I was very happy with him. Today I met the Minister of Foreign Affairs, very interesting lady, very good, and the Joint Secretary for Africa. Allow me to thank them, but also allow me to thank our incoming Honorary Consul, Mr. Binaya, very much, and his colleague, Mr. Sunil, who have become like my friends. I thank them very much, and this is just the beginning of a very good relationship. I must actually call it friendship that we have started between Uganda and Nepal.
Now you have many friends in Nepal now.
Yes, now I have added you.
Thank you, Your Ambassador.
Thank you so much. God bless.